Thank you for staying with us, everyone. Straight away to our second discussion, and we are honored with the presence of Ustaz Maisuna Yahya, founder Al Mustafia Society of Nigeria, here to talk to us about Eid al-Maulud, what it signifies, and how Nigerians can build on it and also build a better nation. It's a pleasure to have you on the program this morning.
Thank you very much. Well done. And how is everything?
Thank you for coming on. So we're just going to quickly look at the significance of this moment beyond all the rhetorics that we hear on radio, television, and everywhere else.
Maulid Nabi is very, very significant, especially in the life of every Muslim. Why have I said that? When somebody has a mentor, and truly you believe in that mentor, you're supposed to have the mentoring tips from the mentor himself or herself. Prophet remains our mentor till eternity, and therefore God has made it very easy for him to go around the whole world, whether economically, socially, religiously, and otherwise, even politically, and nothing again can be brought after his own. And that is why God has really commended him and said, yes, you are the mentor for the global Muslims. Therefore, such a person deserves to be celebrated. But there are ways we celebrate. There are ethics to celebration, so that one will not fall prey of being sinners. Now, number one, for being our mentor, all things that he has done, we need to emulate. When we emulate and we practicalize same, there are rewards. And one very interesting here is that the rewards can never be quantified. It's only God, Allah himself, that knows the number of the rewards he's going to give to whoever emulated. Number two, for all he has done, for all the sovereignties, the intimidations and whatever, and now again today in the whole world, it remains our center, then it deserves to be celebrated. And after all, some people celebrate their own birthday, and they are not as superior, they are not as important, they are not as prominent as he is. So why not him? And I repeat again with the clause, there are limits to the celebration of his day.
In other words, it goes beyond eating, drinking, and passing.
In fact, the best way to celebrate him is one, you can fast that day, so long it does not fall on a Friday. Because as a Muslim, you're not supposed to fast on singularly on a Friday. But if you had fasted on a Thursday, then you can fast on Friday. For example, today is a Wednesday, am I correct?
That's right.
You can fast and say, yes, I am giving out this fast to God based on his activities. So may God bless him more in his grave. It is allowed. You can recite the Quran and say, God, all the rewards that are accrued to my restoration, give it to him. You can do more of salah to him, that is the blessings, because even God himself showers some blessings on him when he says in Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima, meaning I, Allah, I shower blessings on this man, that's Muhammad. I therefore encourage and call you Muslims to do same, because even my angels are doing same upon him. So having more of salawat, that is showing more blessings upon him on his day, which we claim he was given birth to, then it is appreciable. And finally, you can organize mini lectures where there shall be no minglings, and you now bring out one or two topics or three given to resource persons who will discuss his life, so that we can focus and also follow same as has been referred to us as our main mentor.
Nigeria is not in a good place when you talk about issues like unity, peace, harmonious coexistence, and so on and so forth. We understand that one of the very significant elements in this season is love, is unity, in fact, engendering unity. How can Nigerians, even beyond the Muslim community, take advantage of this moment to reflect on the importance of peace and unity?
We should emulate our mentor Muhammad as he did. How? He referred to all human beings as creatures of God, and so he treated them the way. We should forget about the books we read. Some books we read about negativities about him. It is not true. We have the authentic authors. We have the authentic literature books. We have to do exactly the way he did. What did he do when he left Mecca, despite the fact that he was persecuted by the unbelievers in Mecca, his own hometown? He left peacefully, without a sword, without a knife, without punching anybody. In fact, he had to sneak out so that it would not cause any war or misunderstanding. He left Mecca for Medina. On getting to Medina, he met different kinds of religions that are practiced there. You had Jews, you had the Christians, you had a few unbelievers, and he came along with Muslims. So when he got there, he united everybody, irrespective of their religion. And part of what he did was that he said, okay, all able-bodied Muslims, men, will be our security guards. Then the non-Muslims will pay a token so that it will serve as their meager salaries. But it is the duty of these most able-bodied Muslim men to look after the security of the people. Can you see that? It's one. Two, because of his attitude, positive attitudes, encouraging attitudes and ethics. In fact, one of the Jews there got her daughter married to him, and he said, "Oh, you prophet, this is my daughter. I love you for your activities. I love you for your attitudes. I love you for your behaviors. I am giving you my daughter. If you like, let her practice Islam, but just leave me, the father, alone." If you had not lost somebody, if somebody had been bad, as a non-Muslim, will you give your child? So these are the expectations of every single believer that we have to do. Two, we must love, as it has been written in Quran and the Bible. Love your neighbor as you so love yourself. And I do tell people, recognize every single soul as your own soul. For one thing with God is this: whatever you do whatever you do to others, it shall also come back to you. If not today, tomorrow. If not later, sooner. Therefore, assuming that every single person you are seeing is you as a person, all the children of people you are seeing, irrespective of religion, culture, or whatever, assume they are your children. They will be able to relate, unite, and love each other and one another. Number three, we must persevere, we must endure religious tolerance. That was what the prophet did, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Typical example, I have many churches around my house here where I live. A lot of some noises will be coming, but yet I have to just peer. And what I do to some extent is that I have to go and close my windows if I want to
shut off the sound.
That is just it. Without telling them why are you doing this, or what are you doing this, or what are you doing. So I had to shut my windows if I discover I want to sleep and I could not. And even in midnight, there is one in particular on a high hill. The noise, you would think it is within your your four walls of the house, but yet what have I done? Nothing. That is part of religious tolerance. And when somebody mistakenly or even deliberately has done something against your religion, you have three occasions that you can advise and warn. It was done to the prophet one day when somebody came to the mosque vicinity and he urinated there deliberately. Then the companion said, "Why did you do that? This is a mosque." The prophet said, "No, leave it." He did not know. You go and bring water, get water splashed over the urine. He left. The person came the second day and did the same thing. The companions wanted to react the same way. The prophet said no. And the third time he came also. The fourth time the prophet could not see him. Where is this gentleman who was used to urinating around the mosque? The man is ill, indisposed. Who amongst you knows the house? Somebody raised and says, "I know the house. Lead us there." The prophet got there on his sick bed, prayed fervently for him from the bottom of his heart. He was surprised and amazed. "Oh, you prophet, the urine I made within this vicinity of the mosque, I deliberately did to anger you. But see what you pay me back." Believe me sincerely, without any option, after the prayer, the person said, "Today," that's I'm quoting him, "I became a Muslim." So we need a lot of tolerance that we have to embark on as part of the lessons we need to learn from who? From our mentor.
I want to talk about the impression out there about Islam as a religion. There are misconceptions that Islam is violent. Islam is not tolerant, as against what you have just explained. In the last few minutes. How do we correct these misconceptions? Because people understand generally that Islam is synonymous with peace. How do we address entities within this practice who tend to give the impression that it is violent in nature?
We should, one, erase from deep down our hearts hatred of any religion or a practitioner of that religion or the groups who practice that religion. Number two, we should stop generalizing. for the fact that, let me give an example, in Nigeria, people say a particular tribe loves money more than others.
Right.
Is it true? It's not true. It's not all. I have worked with that particular group, particular tribe. When I was in school, I was made the chairman of the school shop. She was a member, a lady for that matter. She would never pick a wrap of sweet from our shop unless she paid. I don't know what I get what I'm saying. She had never come to come and borrow money from the school shop. Others came, we rejected them based on our rules and regulations. Now, generalization should stop. For the fact that you see a Muslim or a group of Muslims who misbehave, you now say all Muslims. It isn't a sin for generalizing such an act. Therefore, when you see somebody who misbehaves, it should not be to the fact that, oh, that is what their religion teaches. It is not true. For anybody who is well lettered, who has read vastly, you know that Islam is a religion of peace. So, but when you see a Muslim who misbehaves, then you say, oh, you refer to an individual. That Muslim man is a bad person. That Muslim woman is a bad person. Not all Muslims. By saying all, it is so insulting.
During election cycles, it's very common for you to see that Nigeria becomes more splits along the lines of religion. So that's when you're hearing this person is a Christian, don't vote for him. This one is a Muslim, we cannot afford to have a Muslim. In fact, the immediate past governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, also had that challenge when he said his deputy would be a Muslim. Most people, even far beyond Kaduna State, oppose it because they thought the governor can't be a Muslim and the deputy also a Muslim. Is that narrative too radical, or is it supposed to be the ideal practice that we should have as a country?
It is a very wrong idea. We should consider individuals' attitudes
as against their religion.
No, what I mean is individuals' personality when it comes to politics.
Right.
Not whether this one is a Muslim or this one is a Christian. What has it gotten to do with our politics? It is the same Muslim Christians who will sit down, connive, and embezzle our funds. It is the same Muslim Christian Muslims who will come together and divert all contracts. Where will these funds go into? To them, when they are sharing away there, and those who share are Christian Muslims. Now going back to the previous history, people like Ekweme, Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, have they ever made mention of this?
So where did you get it wrong?
I'm coming. Now I believe Muslim is just a way of castigating a particular people so that they will not achieve whatever they want to achieve. And that should be unwrapped away from our politics, especially Nigeria politics. Your question?
So where did you get it wrong? You just mentioned that Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, and these iconic leaders we had several decades ago. At what point did we miss the mark?
Now, there have been a lot of misconceptions about religion, and particularly here in Nigeria. If you want to achieve something, and you have not been able to achieve it, you can achieve it only in two ways. One, religion. Two, tribe. Say this one is a Yoruba, this is that. Then this one is a Muslim, this is that. Now we use that to achieve. No, I will not say we. They use that in order to achieve their own self-egoism, self-interest that they have placed their minds in. Because by the time you say this one belongs to party A or party B, it doesn't count much. It doesn't weigh a lot. But he's a Muslim. Say, hey, we cannot. Hey, see what Muslims have been doing. Then campaigns will come. Then say, this one is Igbo, this one is Yoruba, this one is Efik, this one is Ebira. People pay attention on those two. And it is not for good, but it's for their own selfish interest. See exactly what is happening now. Tinubu, a Muslim. Shetima, a Muslim. If we want to speak the real fact, within this short period that they are there, have we not achieved some things in Nigeria? Two, when you look at our leaders now, including ministers and all other positions, consider the number of religious people you have between Christian and Muslims. Who are more? So the issue of Muslim is not working here. So perhaps they want to replicate what Awolowo was. You know what I mean by Awolowo was? That is Awolowo's Ekweme's and Tafawa Balewa. Perhaps they want to replicate what has happened without considering or having partiality or tribalism concerning religion. I hope you have seen the list of some of these ministers. The number of Christians, to me, are even outnumbering the Muslim ministers and other persons. I don't care. I personally, I don't care. What I'm after is let Nigeria be great once more.
Excellent. But in the final, I'd like to ask you this. There are states that now have said, henceforth, we are no longer sponsoring, whether in full or in part, pilgrimage, whether for Christians or for Muslims. Is that supposed to be a problem, or is just a step in the right direction?
Well, to me, it is in the right direction, because people are misusing the opportunity, and it is causing a lot of chaos, a lot of wars within the society. That okay, the Muslims, the government has sponsored social number. Why is it that the Christian number is lower? The Christians have, the government has sponsored Christians in a higher number. Why is that of Muslim? 1, 2. This money put together, make use of it for the less privileged people. A lot of Nigerian children are out of school. Use that money for such a purpose. Hunger ravages most Nigerians. I didn't say all. Use that money for such a purpose. Some people are jobless. Use that money to set them up, and that will be far better. Then it will kill the noises around the nuisances.
All right, I'm going to just say a big thank you to you for coming on the program this morning to share with us on this very special occasion. But again, this is about Nigeria, because today or for the most part of this week, you are going to hear politicians, reputable individuals, even outside of the political sphere, saying this is the time for Nigeria to live together. Let's talk about exemplary leadership, because it is one thing for you to put out rhetorics, talk a lot. But let's look at exemplary leadership. I mean, in such a way that in the public space, when you're done serving as a governor, member of a state house of assembly, or even a local government chairman, even though people may have had originally misconceptions about you as a Muslim or as a Christian, for example, but now they are beginning to have a change of mind on account of the quality of leadership that you've provided for them. Let's talk about how religion can also teach us that very vital value.
Good. Number one, let me talk about Islam first. Islam puts it that you must recognize others as you,
regardless of whether they are Muslims or not.
Do you know it is not acceptable in Islam to cheat a non-Muslim? If you do, a vengeance will come. From who? Not from me, not from you, but from him. Because he is one, and he remains as one, and is the creator of all. So you are not allowed as a Muslim to cheat another person. So whatever you have done, whether within political arena or religious or whatever, and you are cheating under the name of religion, God will remove that religion from you and give you what you deserve. So 2, we must always have at the back of our minds, excuse me, that exactly what I want to do to this person, or what I have done, will I be happy if it has been done to me? Number 3, the majority have children. If such is repeated to our children, how are you going to feel? Number 4, is that not a setback for our beloved country, Nigeria? Then if you don't refrain from all this, perhaps Nigeria may remain stagnant, which no one prays for. So that's exactly what we need to do.
Ustaz Maisuna Yahya, founder Al-Mustafiya Society of Nigeria, thank you for coming to share with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
We do appreciate it. And thank you everyone for staying with us here on Global Television. I'm Uya Mofwegbe. I'll see you again real soon. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. April this year, what does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
We struggled as a strike.
The Minister of Education volunteered and said, give me 2 weeks.
It was a lie. The president never gave me any deadline.